Hello, neatly ironed pants rangers. It's finally happened. All the times that all the different soldiers, wing divers, fencers, air raiders told Ranger to get good in the locker room, well, he finally wrote his congresswoman, and she gave him the green light, and he is now good. So we're going to talk about DLC Pack 2 weapons here on this video, and just how good Ranger has become. Okay, let's start out with the first column here, the machine gun column. He actually has a new machine gun. It's pretty decent. This machine gun does 7.1k DPS, and it has a 543 meter range and a very quick reload, 1.1 second reload. And the damage fallout is always half at max range for these machine guns. So it does also shoot through targets as well. So similar to this one, it's just a little bit more damage. This one is what, 430 times 15, and this one is 475 times 15. So it's not the most increase. 2x zoom, 2x zoom, very similar, of course. A little bit more magazine, but yeah, a little bit too similar, I would say. But it's still good nonetheless. But he also received a fusion blaster. I was wondering what was happening to the fusion blaster for Ranger because it was nowhere to be found in the main campaign. But it's finally here, and it's pretty good. That's pretty good. It does 16.9k DPS, so that's a thing. But surely the range must be low because it's high damage. So let's see, we got damage of 679.5 meters. Wow, that is really long. Okay, well, surely the reload must be really long here. Maybe like 60 seconds or something? Let's see, what's the reload? The reload is 7.4 seconds. Yeah, it's pretty good. I would say it's a little too good. But 999 magazine. The total magazine does 283,000 damage if you empty the magazine. So I believe those numbers are similar to the previous Fusion Blaster in 4.1. I don't remember offhand, but the thing is he reloads it now, and the range is pretty crazy. So I don't remember what the range was in 4.1 actually. I think it was pretty good as well, but yeah, 7.4 second reload. So that's the thing, and I'll show you what makes it really good, especially good. Here, let me take a mission out here. Let's take mission 7 here. The thing that makes the Fusion Blaster exceptionally good on top of the stats is it doesn't push away enemies really, not too much. Like if you're shooting a drone or you're shooting a cosmonaut, they're not really able to move. So you can just stun them until they're dead. So that's what makes it exceptionally strong. And same with drones as well. It doesn't push drones away as you would think like a machine gun does. So because of that, it's extremely strong. So yeah, it's very good, and the reload's pretty quick. I was expecting it to be like 15 seconds, but 7 seconds is extremely crazy. And the range, you know, it's almost like a sniper rifle. So I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. I think it's a little bit too good. But you know, I mean, to be fair, it does allow Ranger to do missions that are Inferno on the DLC. Before, you know, he would need backup or really good strategy, but this does allow him to do so. And the machine gun, this machine gun's nothing too different from the previous DLC machine gun, just a very solid overall machine gun. 7,000 damage a second, so it's under half the DPS of the Fusion Blaster, and the range isn't even as high. And well, yeah, the Fusion also has no damage fall off as well, so that's pretty crazy. Let me kill one more enemy with this thing. Works good on cosmonauts as well, because it does such high damage that it stuns them, and they can't move, and you can go for headshots and just destroy them. Let me go ahead and turn him around here. As you can see, you can just stun him until he's down. But yeah, Fusion Blaster is pretty crazy. So I really like this machine gun. I mean, the reload's nice, so I would say that the benefit of taking the machine gun over the Fusion would be if you need something that's, you know, constant damage with no reloads, you know, not having to worry about reloads. So, I mean, still good enough damage to fight on Inferno. But let's go ahead and give him the Fusion. Yeah, no zoom on it though, but If it had zoom, it'd be perfect. It'd be everything, which we don't need that to be everything. But all right, let's go back to the thing, to the menu here again, and let's go on to shotguns here. He received a new shotgun. It reminds me of the Buffalo Wide. Looks pretty cool. It's kind of like a rectangle pattern, horizontal rectangle pattern. It does a little bit under 20,000 damage per second up close. Has a 340 meter range, which is pretty average for these shotguns, the good shotguns. And the damage fall off is 1/10, like most shotguns are. So you will notice the damage fall off quite a bit on shotguns, but it does shoot through targets, you know. So it's good shotgun. Reload isn't bad either. It's what is it? 3.3 seconds. So let's take that out, and then sniper rifle. He did receive a new sniper, and it's a Lysander. It's the Lysander ZF. So this is a pretty good sniper as far as the damage per shot, not damage per second. The damage per shot is 11,324, which is pretty good. It shoots through targets now as well, so that's good. But still, the negative of this is it shoots one every 3 seconds, so that's a little bit rough. So the damage per second is only about 3.7k. But I think it's a decent sniper. It's got good range. I don't really care for the zoom, the 6x zoom on the Lysanders, but it's fine. And the reload isn't bad, 3.5 seconds, pretty fast. So let's take one of those as well. Let's also take one of the items. He received 2 new items, and they're both good. The first item he received is, this one has an 800% collection ring around you. And on top of that, it heals you and your NPC friends that are following you for 250%. So that's pretty cool. So if you're trying to keep a bunch of NPCs alive on a certain mission, that might be the item to take. So let's take this out on let's take it out on this mission. Why not? So pretty interesting item. I think both of his items are good this time. The last DLC Pack 1 item was kind of strange. It didn't seem like it had much purpose. But yeah, this Lysander, like I said, I don't really care for the zoom because it's really zoomed in. But definitely a good strong sniper. But it's more for like if you need to take a quick shot here and there and then change to your primary weapon, because and then this is the shotgun. I might have to restart because I pulled too many enemies, but I didn't want to spend too much time trying to pull. But as you can see, it shoots like in a Buffalo Wide pattern, like a horizontal. It's not too wide to where it's worthless, but it's a decent for like enemies charging at you. You know, it's pretty wide, so that's pretty cool. It's got good damage up close, you know. It's just hard. Oh my goodness, that thing's crazy. It's just hard to want to take a shotgun with damage fall off because of the explosive shotgun being so good. It's so tempting to want to always take that weapon, but still a good shotgun nonetheless, very strong. So, and let's see, actually, yeah, I guess that's good enough to show here on these. The reload is nice on the Lysander Z finally. I think it was decently high on 4.1. It's funny that I can't remember some of these things because just, you know, playing like thousands of hours in that game, but it's just, I guess I put so much time into this game I forgot some of the stuff, but yeah, it's a cool Lysander. I mean, it's decent. As far as if you really need high range, you know, it's good damage. But actually, it is similar to the new DLC Pack 1 sniper as well. Let me take a look at that one really quick. Yeah, because this one does about, I think, 4,000 damage per second. A little bit under. So yeah, actually, it's very similar in damage per second. That's decent. So you have, now that I think about it, now you have a good long-range, one-shot sniper rifle if you need, you know, a decent burst sniper, you know, high damage burst sniper. You also have this one, which is more of a smaller damage but shoots faster, and that one shoots through targets as well, good range. And then you have this one, like one large shot, which actually, with this new Lysander Z, it kind of makes the Stringer almost obsolete, I would say, because they all shoot through targets. I feel like I wish the Stringer was 18,000 like it was in 4.1. I think it would be more viable, but oh well. Alright, let's move on to the next column now. Let's go to rockets. He received a new rocket. It reminds me a lot of the E-series rockets, these things right here, where it shoots very fast, very straight, and pretty good. It shoots fast. It's got a big magazine, shoots 2 per second. It does 5.5 thousand damage per second, 18 meter blast, so average blast, but 4x zoom as well. It's got a nice zoom, so yeah, it's a pretty good rocket. I like it. And then what else he has? And he has a missile launcher. Now, I was very excited to see he had a new missile launcher, and I really like this because it's a missile launcher that shoots the missiles upward, so it misses, you know, buildings more. And, you know, seeing the 9 magazine, I was excited, but in testing, it turns out this missile launcher only locks onto 5 targets. Now, I'm assuming that's a mistake, and I'm assuming they intended it for it to be 9 because the MEX, it does 900 damage with 8 targets, and this one does 1100 damage with 5 targets. So if it did 9 targets, which I'm thinking what they wanted, because they want to do one more missile than the MEX-5, I'm assuming is what they're trying to do, and a little bit more damage than the MEX-5, which this one is. Everything else is pretty similar as far as the lock-on time and the reload time, and the range is exactly the same. So it had to have been a mistake. So I'm very disappointed that it's only 5 missiles lock-on. So hopefully they can maybe fix that, or I don't know if they ever will, but I did try and contact them about it to let them know about it, but it's too bad because I think this could have been a good missile launcher. Now it's just, I would say, below average. I would say the MEX is better, unless you need something that shoots straight up in the air to avoid buildings, more so. So let's take one of those. Now let's take his other item. Now this item is very, very good. Previously I would always take for speed, I would always take level 67 because it gives you 200% running speed. The acceleration is a little bit slow, but once you get up to that speed, it's the fastest speed item in the game, and also you don't get stunned at all by enemy fire, so it doesn't slow you down, and you run through obstacles. So this one is close. This one, the nice thing about it is it has a much higher walking speed. You get 160% walking speed. You get 175% running, so it's 25% less than the other one. But the acceleration is crazy. 400% acceleration. The turning is better too. You can turn better. 150% turning speed. But the negative of this one is, of course, besides the 25% less running speed, is also it only slows you down by 50% when you get shot, as far as being stunned. So you do get stunned 50% rather than the other one where it eliminates it completely. You can run through obstacles with this as well. But if you need something where being stunned isn't a big deal and you need higher acceleration and better walking speed, I've been using this item a lot between this and 67. So very good item. Very, very good item. Let's take this mission underground maybe. Oh no, we have missiles. What's a good mission for that? Let's do this one. Alright, so this is pretty cool. I like this rocket launcher. I've always liked rocket launchers in this game. They do pretty fun as far as, especially now, the particle effects on the rockets. It's just amazing. But good zoom on it, and pretty strong. As you can see, it shoots very, very fast, which is always great for a rocket launcher. But look at those bodies flying. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's a very good rocket launcher. Very fast rocket launcher, shoots 2 a second, big magazine, quick reload, so very, very strong. And then the missile launcher, as you can see, only locks onto 5. It's very unfortunate. I hope they fix this because it would be such a cool missile launcher because it shoots straight up in the air and then it comes down. Let me restart really quick. I love missile launchers that shoot straight up in the air and then come down, because it avoids buildings, whereas the MEX-5 doesn't do so. It shoots up, but it doesn't shoot them. It's harder to hit yourself with these missiles as well because they shoot straight up, which is nice. But I hope they fix this somewhat because I would love this missile launcher. And I did test the damage. It does do 1100 damage to yourself. It's not. I was thinking maybe it shot 2 missiles per each target, but no, it doesn't. I tested it. It is 1100 damage per missile. So that's too bad. It's almost like a mini Providence, where they come straight down on targets, which is really cool. But yeah, that's how you use it right there. By the way, look at those pants creases, man. I'm telling you, this dude, pretty good. Fancy. Oh yeah, I forgot to show the item, the running item. I'll show that on the next item out here. And then let's see what else he has. And then he has, last of all, a new Stampede. Pretty cool. So the previous Stampede is right here. It does 1132 times 30, whereas this one does 1811 times 30. So a little bit under double. It does 54.3 thousand damage, and it has a 6-second reload, just like the other one. 6-second reload is standard for these Stampedes, unfortunately. But yeah, a new Stampede, and it's pretty good. Nothing different about it, except it's just more damage. So, and that is the last item. It's kind of strange that he hasn't received any vehicles in the on all the DLCs. I'm kind of surprised. I don't understand why. But oh well. Let's take the Stampede now. Let's take it on a good mission. Let's go underground with this baby. It's always fun to go underground with this thing. But yeah, let me show the walking item here. This thing is really good. Very fast walking speed, which is nice. So you'd be surprised how nice it is to have a high walking speed with Ranger, because it's almost a little bit, it's almost, you know, almost not having to roll. You know, you can just be fast and walk away from the enemies. And then if you need to get away, you just instantly accelerate 400%, and you have, you know, 175% running speed. So very, very good item. And you can turn pretty good with this as well, so that's exciting. So yeah, very, very good item. I use this a lot in between this and 67. I'm always using these two items. So, and the Stampede, I mean, there's nothing necessarily different about it. It's just a Stampede, but very strong. So I've always liked the Stampede. It's definitely fun. Hello, how you doing? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, never mind. I killed him one shot. Nice. And here's the trap. Here's where I die. But yeah, I'm not used to just the acceleration. It's just nice to just know if you need to get away, you can run instantly. Whereas you don't have to roll, you know, to get away. Or if you're reloading. Usually, like when I'm reloading, I'll just start sprinting until I'm done reloading, and then start firing again, because it's instant sprint, which is really cool. But yeah, green Stampede shot. That's how you don't do it, by the way. It's got the same range as the other one. It says it has a 64-meter range, but it doesn't. You can shoot this thing really far. Yeah, the Retardus shoot through walls, by the way, on this mission. But you just go by the wall and wait a few seconds, and it'll let you go. Although I'm gonna die here probably. Or do that. But yeah, those are all the Ranger weapons. I would say that they were overall balanced and pretty good, except for the Fusion Blaster. I think the Fusion Blaster is... I think the way they could make it feel more balanced, in my opinion, is make the range about 300 meters. Keep the damage the same, keep the reload the same, that's fine. But don't give it a 679 meter range, because you're kind of stealing from the sniper rifles when you get to that high of a range with no fall off. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, like I said, it does allow him to compete on DLC Pack 2 without needing another class, though. So I guess that's one thing, but I think the range is a little bit too high. Maybe even like 500 meters or something, but yeah, pretty crazy. I think they did a pretty good job on the weapons. They're definitely interesting, decent weapons, fun weapons. I mean, I guess they're nothing too outlandish or crazy. They're not like new ideas. They're just stronger versions of other weapons, but still, they're definitely fun, and they did a good job on the art design of the weapons too. I think they look really cool. I like the sniper rifle too. This one is really cool, especially. But yeah, that'll conclude all the DLC weapons for DLC Pack 2 for Ranger. I'll be covering the next class, all classes here eventually. So once again, thanks a lot for watching, and remember, EDF doesn't leave a man behind, ever. And also, if you like my videos and would like to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing, as that does make a difference. Thanks.